Hello everybody, welcome to Splitter Sports Zone, the show that talks specifically about Lincoln Memorial University student athletes. This week we're coming to you live from the new LMU baseball field that's going to be the future site of the Lamar Hennon Field. The name will not change, but the facility will. And as you can see in the background, a lot of AstroTurf, a lot of work going on right now by the team to get the mound ready for the spring season. Even though we're in the month of November and this is our last show for November, a lot of work going on here on the baseball field. We've got a great show in store for you. We're going to be talking with Whitney Elliott of the LMU cross country and track and field teams, and she's in her senior year academically, but only a junior as far as her athletic eligibility. And we'll be talking with her in tonight's show. And Logan Augustine of the LMU baseball team. He is a left-handed junior from Urbandale, Iowa, and we're going to talk to him about his baseball endeavors and about some other things that he's got going on, both in projects here at Lincoln Memorial University, athletics, academics, and other things down the road for his future career. It's all coming up next right here on Splitter Sports Zone. Stay with us.
Unmatched and unbeatable. Your experience at Danny England Motors comes with the absolute best in offering unmatched quality while delivering an uncommon, hands-on process to take your automotive purchase to the next level in customer service and customer expectations. While offering a relaxed, positive environment and a laid-back approach, our drive to surpass the highest of standards in this industry comes nothing short of. Danny England Motors. Come see us today. Automotive excellence starts here.
Established in 1982, Dixie Roofing Incorporated of La Follette has been the industry's leader in commercial roofing throughout Knoxville, Tennessee, and surrounding counties for more than 30 years. From medical facilities to office buildings and educational institutions, Dixie Roofing has the experience, expertise, equipment, and know-how to handle roofing needs of any commercial structure, big or small. Dixie Roofing is also on the web at www.dixieroofing.com. Dixie Roofing Incorporated. Since 1959, Giles Industries has built more than 86,000 quality homes through craftsmanship of team members from the tri-state area. Our clients are extremely important to us, and we're looking for team-oriented family members which allow us to continue that level of excellence known to come with the Giles brand. Our team members receive above-average pay, great health, dental, and vision coverage, a 401k retirement package, and up to 2 weeks paid vacation following the first year of employment. Contact us about joining our Giles Industries family. Giles Industries, quality homes built by family for family.
Welcome back to Splitter Sports Zone. Today we're going to be talking with a young lady who is somewhat of a local product in terms of Lincoln Memorial University athletics. Whitney Elliott is a native of La Follette, Tennessee, and she joins us on the first segment of Splitter Sports Zone. Whitney, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
We don't have a whole lot of student athletes that are immediately from the tri-state area. La Follette, about 30 minutes away. But in practical purposes, geographically, I mean, you're a local product of the area.
Yeah, I went to Cumberland Gap High School, which is like 5 minutes from here. So I only live 25 minutes from LMU.
Having gone to Cumberland Gap High School, a lot of student athletes that go on to further their career on the collegiate level, they don't want to stay close to home. What made you choose LMU?
Well, honestly, I chose LMU so I could run. So I got the chance to run, so I took it.
All right, so you obviously ran on the high school level with Cumberland Gap. Who are some of the East Tennessee teams that you competed against while at Cumberland Gap High School?
I honestly didn't run much in high school.
Really?
I played basketball and tennis, but I mean, I did run a little bit. I just ran cross country because we didn't have a track team. So, I mean, we competed with teams like Greenville and South Green, North Green, like those types of things.
When you entered your first year of collegiate eligibility and decided to run cross country at Lincoln Memorial for Coach Donahue, what was the toughest thing for you to get acclimated to in the transition from high school to college?
Well, I had a couple of college classes like while I was in high school, so it wasn't really the classes, it was like getting used to the training because I've never really ran that much before. So that was the toughest part for me, was just being tired all the time, like from the running.
2 years ago in your sophomore season as a collegiate runner, you and your team had the opportunity to host the South Atlantic Conference championships over at Waukeeta Winds. You did quite well in that meet. What was it that you did in the off season from your freshman to sophomore year that improved your abilities as much as it did?
Honestly, just being consistent, like not getting injured, has helped a lot with the improvement. And then increasing the mileage and, staying consistent with my workouts, eating well, all of that has helped improve a lot. So just everything combined.
Coach Whitney Elliott, I mean, obviously, you know, she's been at the top of your lineup since she came in as a freshman, local product, off for a season this year, but still will finish her final year of collegiate eligibility. Just give us your comments on her and what she's meant to this program.
She's a tremendous athlete, great story of just walking onto the team and not much experience in high school, and has just, you know, had a lot of untapped potential, and then she just has a lot of internal drive, a student of the sport, you know, so she's a joy to coach. A lot of my job is holding her back from herself, making sure she's not running herself into the ground. There's never any trying to motivate her, getting her up for the next race. She's got high aspirations to achieve some big things, has, you know, raised some of the standards of the program, and, you know, still think the best running is ahead of her, and a lot of big things for her to come.
Now, we've noticed over the years that for those of us who don't know a great deal about cross country, I mean, you can have a top end runner that finishes first of the pack in every race, but ultimately the team is only as good as the rest of your teammates, and we've drastically improved over the years in terms of where our individual runners place in each and every meet.
Yeah, I mean, we've improved a lot, especially on the guy side this year. We've improved, and I mean, we've made big jumps on the girl side too. Like next year will be a lot better. That's why I'm redshirting, is for our team to develop, and like because Coach Black and Coach John here are going to bring in more runners for next year. So our team should be better. Like we should place higher. So that's why I'm redshirting, is so our team can develop.
That in and of itself is very intriguing, because while the two kind of go hand in hand, there are some differences. You not only run cross country, you run for the track and field program.
Yeah, I mean, there are some differences, but like we do the same training. So like I have the same mileage, you know, same types of workouts. It's just like I do typically the 1500 up to the 5K. So I don't really change my training that much because the races are kind of similar.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Coach Donahue, Coach Black, who's more demanding?
Who's more demanding? Coach Black.
How so?
He disciplines more. So he's definitely more demanding and like says what he thinks.
When you started with cross country, clearly here at Lincoln Memorial and on this level of collegiate sports, it's a fall sport. Were you apprehensive at all about competing on the track and field program and it being a spring sport, not having that time off?
I don't like having time off.
Really?
To be honest, like I'm a really competitive person, so I like competing all the time. So redshirting this season has been hard, like without racing, because I like that competition.
What about the competition in the South Atlantic Conference in terms of cross country and the events that you participate in track and field? What's some of the competition like? I mean, is it pretty stiff?
Yeah, Wingate and Queens is the main competition. They're really good. But I should be right up there with them next year.
Now, as far as redshirting this year, obviously that takes you off of the course, off the field of competition. Any worries at all about being able to come back and pick up where you left off last year?
I'm not worried about that, because I mean this is the best training I've ever done this semester with the workouts and being consistent. So I'm pretty excited, to be honest.
Now I've noticed, you know, I reached out to you first, believe it or not, on Facebook. I can reach people here in LMU faster on Facebook than any other form of social media, or in this case, Coach Black actually got a hold of her on a text message, and she contacted me. But I've noticed through, I guess, for lack of a better term, Facebook stalking you, that you're a lake person. You do a lot on Norris Lake, and I think you worked at one of the local marinas in the summertime, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I worked there for 2 years. I didn't work there last summer. I was in Colorado last summer. So, I mean, it was really fun working on the lake. I like being outside. So, like, being able to waitress outside was really fun.
Which marina did you work for?
Flat Hollow Marina.
Well, if you've never been on Norris Lake, folks, it's absolutely beautiful. And, you know, when you get down on the Powell end of the lake, the two rivers, the Powell and the Clinch, dump into Norris Lake. A lot of very nice marinas, Flat Hollow, Shanghai, Deerfield, etc. There's a lot of great places down there right on the lake, and you were right in the middle of that. So now in your senior season of academics, your junior year of athletics, so to speak, you've got 10 semesters to play 8. What are your goals outside of athletics from an academic standpoint, and to put you into position to go on and to pursue a career later on?
Right now, I'm double majoring, so I can have that extra year in exercise science and health. After that, I want to go to grad school for sports nutrition. I'm not sure which school yet, but that's the plan right now.
So ideally, if you had if you could have one wish 10 years from now, what would you like to be doing?
I'd like to be a sports nutritionist. I've looked a lot into that, and I'm really passionate about, working out, running, and helping athletes, so I think I would really enjoy that.
So going back to the athletic side of it, while you're on somewhat of a hiatus this season, what are your hopes, not only as an individual, but for this team a year from now in the 17-18 season?
I think that if we got top 4 at conference, that would be awesome for next year. It will depend on who we bring in and then the people we have now developing. But I think we have a good shot. I think the structure has changed this year, and we're on the right path to get better.
Now, are you speaking specifically about cross country and finishing top 4, or
yeah, cross country?
What about track and field?
Track and field, it's hard to say right now because that is we have to get throwers, sprinters, and distance runners and middle distance runners. So I'm not sure who all is coming in yet, but I don't know what place to aim for track, but definitely better than last year.
And it's got to be somewhat difficult to prepare for the meets that you're going to be in at this point, where we don't have a facility to work out in, we don't have the right surface to run on, or maybe for the field competitors, the right field conditions for the discus or the shot or things like this. It's got to be difficult for you and your teammates.
Yeah, we don't have any throwers right now, but when we do, I'd say it would be difficult for that. We go to Cumberland Gap track to do the workout, so the distance runners and sprinters, we're good, but when we get throwers in, it would be difficult without the equipment,
Well, Whitney, I want to thank you for joining us on this week's show. We certainly look forward to watching you compete again next year. Unfortunately, didn't get to see you this fall and won't get to see you this spring, as far as I know.
Oh, I'll be racing this spring.
Be racing in the spring. You hear that, folks? She's back. Look out. She's going to be at the top of the South Atlantic Conference standings. Again, thank you very much for joining us, and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, Whitney Elliott of the Lincoln Memorial University cross country and track and field program. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about student athletes here on Splitter Sports Zone.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
From sales to service, online or in person, Anchor Marine of Speedville, Tennessee is the source for all your boating needs. We carry a wide selection of new and used products and services for Alumacraft, Aqua Patio, Hurricane, Polar Craft, Sampan, and Sweetwater boats and pontoons, as well as a full line of Yamaha marine engines and Minn Kota trolling motors. From bow to stern, Anchor Marine also carries a wide selection of boating accessories. And if it's service you need, we offer on-site factory-trained technicians that are among the best in East Tennessee. Anchor Marine, 6630 General C.W. Steiner Highway, Speedwell. At Farm Bureau, we offer more than just insurance. We offer security. Whether you're insuring your automobile, boat, home, or simply buying life insurance, with Farm Bureau, you can rest assured that we have your best interests covered. Our members can also enjoy travel discounts, entertainment discounts, identity theft restoration, and home protection services. Call today at 423-869-8346 or stop by and see Brad Seal at our Harrogate location and find out why Tennessee turns to us for insurance. Experience exceptional service and experience security at Farm Bureau. Commercial, residential, or personal, Lester Signs of Harrogate has you covered with all your sign and graphic needs. From embroidery and screen printing to personalized items, decals, yard signs, logo design, car wraps, digital printing, and sign maintenance, Lester Signs has all your branding needs. Lester Signs is under new ownership and has been serving the tri-state area for more than 25 years. Phone us today to inquire about your commercial sign or marketing specialized needs, or email us at sales@lestersigns.com. Lester Signs, located at 112 Washington Avenue, Harrogate.
Welcome back to Splitter Sports Zone, everybody. I'm Rusty Peace, and now we're with Logan Augustine of the Lincoln Memorial University baseball team. He is from Urbandale, Iowa, and my first question, well, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Logan, I got to ask, how do you get from Urbandale, Iowa to Harrogate, Tennessee?
Actually, coach that we had here, Coach Brown, my freshman year, he was the one that recruited me. He is from the Des Moines area, which is where Urbandale's from. And his mother and my mom actually worked together. So there was kind of connection there, and he saw me play in some high school games and liked what he saw and recruited me down here.
Well, you know, I mean, that's, don't take it the wrong way, that's all well and good, but when you think about it, I mean, going to college is one thing, but the university or college that you go to has got to have a program that you're interested in to major in.
Yes.
That will give you an avenue to a career down the road. What was it academically or career-wise that attracted you to LMU?
It was just they have a big science department and stuff like that, and we even kind of talked about today how the smaller size school allows you to have one-on-one personal connection with your teachers, and I like that kind of aspect to it. And I always wanted to do something with either chemistry or physics, and the chemistry department here, I liked what I saw, and I knew I could be a chemistry major. So.
Folks, if you haven't figured it out already, we're coming to you live today from the new LMU baseball facility that is being built in what we're terming the Valley of Sports. It's adjacent to Highway 63, so you hear some car and truck noise in the background. You may also hear some other noises, and that's some of the baseball team actually doing a little bit of work on the mound today as they get it the way the pitchers want it. Even though this is artificial surface, it's going to be a real dirt surface out there for the mound. So you do hear that noise going on in the background. We do apologize. And we know we are having some audio problems in the broadcast today, at least in terms of my microphone. Logan, let's go back to your first couple of years as a player here at Lincoln Memorial. Obviously, when you came in, I think probably the Rail Splitters weren't too far off of winning the South Atlantic Conference Championship maybe a year or so prior to you getting here. So it was a big time in LMU, and I know that Coach Sixeye was really looking to recruit top-notch players to back those guys up that got that championship, and obviously he felt as though you were one of the guys that he needed. Yes.
I think it was my junior year of high school is when they won the conference championship, and then my senior year they were, I think it was the last weekend series that they were kind of in like a three-way tie, and they just lost it like right there. So I mean, it was exciting for me to see a program that was really doing well, and knowing I was going to go join a program that had a lot of success in the past couple of years before I came to it, and I wanted to help be a part of that and help build to it, and just see where I'm at now. Yep.
So tell us about your freshman and your sophomore seasons, and how much you got to play, and maybe whether you were happy with the outcome of what you produced offensively.
My freshman year, I started about every day, played right field, and I started off really, really hot my freshman year. Right off almost first half of the season, I mean, I was hitting close to 400, if not 400. And then I fell off pretty hard, and I think that was just kind of some growing pains that I had to go through as a freshman. There's scouting reports and stuff now that you're dealing with from other teams, and pitchers are better. They're learning how to pitch to you. The coaches know how to pitch to you now from what they've seen from past games. And so it was a big time for me to try to adjust to that. And my sophomore year, I started about every game again, played primarily first base though, because I mean that was more of a position that we needed someone to play, and I was able to do that. And I was able to make the adjustment. I probably didn't start off hitting as hard as I wanted to, as I did my freshman year especially, but I was able to really not let it affect me too much, and I was able to adjust, make adjustments as the season went on, and finished off really strong hitting wise.
So how was the adjustment for you from the high school to the college game? Was there a big difference?
Somewhat. It's just the speed of the game is a lot faster. You got to be able to learn to control mental aspects wise of like being able to not let it get to you, let the moment hit you too fast. You got to be able to stay calm. And I mean that's something I've worked on in the past with like breathing techniques and everything to really make sure I've slowing everything down in the game, not allowing stuff to get too fast.
Probably a lot of difference as far as the speed and the movement of the pitches on the college level.
Yes,
as well.
Exactly. I mean, high school wise, if you get guys throwing low 80s to mid 80s, they're probably some of the hardest throwers I mean, at least in our conference, those are some of the hardest throwers you'll see. They'll be the top-notch guys, especially in the SAC conference though, and then when we play out of conference, and like when we play like Aiken, and I'm sure when we go down to Florida this year, the weekend guys that we'll be seeing will all probably be upper 80s to even low 90s, and so that speed adjustment, it wasn't like I hadn't seen it before in high school, but seeing it consistently was something I had to adjust to a little bit. But I didn't find too big of a problem with it. And then the movement wise, I guess that one of the biggest difference would be pitchers being able to control their off speed, like throwing it for strikes when they want to, especially even when they're behind batters. They're not afraid to throw off speed in there, because in high school you get behind batters, you'll just see pitchers that'll start pumping fastballs in because they want to get back into counts, and that's when hitters feast, and you don't get that as much in college.
Now, folks, taking all that information into consideration, when you heard what he said a minute ago about he started out and he was hitting about 400 there for a while. For those of you who don't know anything about baseball, hitting 400 in and of itself is quite an accomplishment. Hitting 400 as a freshman is ridiculous, and you were doing that. So now that's the athletics side of it in terms of baseball. Let's talk about academics. A couple of weeks ago, I was in an athletics board meeting. Coach Six Eye was in there, and he was talking about the baseball team, and he brought your name up, and the fact that you were involved in a specific project here that was kind of geared toward the federal government and so on and so forth. Tell us about that project, because that's extraordinary for a college student, especially here at Lincoln Memorial, especially a junior, to be involved in something like that.
Okay, so every science major at the school is required to do a research project. And I'm working with Dr. Cooper on mine, the physics teacher here. And what we're doing is we're looking at, he performed a reaction up at the Ohio University, and we're looking at the gamma radiation that comes off from when this reaction occurs. And so what we're doing is we're using computer programs to model the way the detector responded to read the gamma radiation that it came in contact with. And then using that, we're going to create like different functions and different graphs. It'll help tell us by using this to make the reaction happen, you have to use a proton beam to hit a fluorine nucleus. And then when that happens, the gamma radiation comes off. So it'll tell you the energy of the proton beam that you need to use to create the best gamma radiation, basically. I know it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of info I could get into, but I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible.
Logan, you're talking so far over my head
right now. I'm trying to keep it simple.
It's kind of funny because, you know, when I was an 18 to 22, 23-year-old young man, I was very much like yourself. I loved sports, wanted to be outside all the time. But in those days, if I was that interested in science, if I was that interested in technology,
yes,
I would be termed a nerd. Or somebody that was very uncool, let's put it like that. Nowadays, I watch the Discovery Channel, the Science Channel, the History Channel, things like that. I love it. I stay on those channels, and I don't care whether anybody thinks I'm a nerd or not. But you've come out of high school. What got you interested? And we've just got a couple minutes left. What got you interested in science and technology?
I'm not really sure what got me into science. I guess it was just through all the schooling I did through high school and even middle school and stuff. It was just the areas that most interested me. And there was one teacher in high school. He was my chemistry teacher and then also my physics teacher. Mr. Herman is his name. I don't know if it was just the way he taught the classes, but for some reason I liked those classes the most. I did the best in those classes, and so that was something I wanted to keep going into when I went into college, and that's kind of what got me into it.
The funny thing about it is, Logan, it takes a very unique mentality to be into the sciences at your age, or the technology. A lot of people are into technology, but science. Do you ever get any kind of grief from your teammates about the things that you talk about, the things that you're interested in? Because it really is so far over the average person's head.
I guess I don't get too much grief from the teammates. I mean, they understand where I'm coming from. Like, they understand that school is important to me and that it's something I really want to take my time and do. When I try to talk to them about it, like I'm doing here, I try to keep it as simple as I can. And when I try to talk about it, but it's not like everyone on the team doesn't understand. There's some guys that will understand what I'm talking about because they're also chemistry or biology and the science majors and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's not too bad there.
There will come a day that I'm going to be sitting around and there's going to be a newspaper article or a magazine article or a TV show or something. I'm going to say, I know that guy. I interviewed him when he was a wee little lad. And even then, he made me feel like I knew nothing, but it wasn't intentional. Logan, we want to thank you for being on this week's Splitter Sports Zone. We're looking very forward to seeing you out on the new LMU baseball field and in action this year in your junior season. And we certainly want to wish you the best of luck with the project that you're involved with and your future endeavors, both academically and when you leave Lincoln Memorial as far as your career goes.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
It makes a difference when a physician is trained to truly listen. At the LMU Medical Clinic, it is our mission to provide the highest quality medical care possible for our community, in our community. Our physicians are trained in the philosophy of osteopathic medicine. We look beyond your symptoms and take the time to get to know you as a whole person, from children to adults and everyone in between. We don't see patients, we see people.
Whether institutional case good or architectural woodwork, Nolan Products Incorporated of Knoxville has been serving East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and Southeast Kentucky since 1958. From concept to finish, Nolan Products custom builds to the highest quality standards to meet your facility specifications while using only the finest materials available. Nolan Products has been serving and meeting the needs and requirements of general contractors and architects in East Tennessee and surrounding area for more than 55 years. Nolan Products Incorporated, 912 Forsyth Street Northeast, Knoxville.
Welcome back to Splitter Sports Zone. Folks, that's tonight's show. Want to remind you that you can catch the show each Thursday evening at 7 p.m. right here on this station, and we definitely want to encourage you to also watch Rail Splitter Athletics Report with Adam Haley. That's each week just prior to this show, and you're going to learn everything you need to know about Lincoln Memorial University athletics, the student athletes, the coaches, and everything else going on with sports here at LMU. To keep up to date on the latest going on with Lincoln Memorial University athletics, pull up the LMU Athletics website, www.lmurailsplitters.com. Until next week, I'm Rusty Peace. Good night, everybody. Work's still going on here at the Lamar Hennon Field. Check it out.